Hey guys, what's up? It's REZZED311 back with another podcast video. If you hear a kid screaming his lungs off in the back, it's just my son. Don't worry, I will check on him and I will make sure he is okay. But for today's video, I'm not sure what I'm going to title it yet. Maybe I don't know. I need some help because I want to talk about having suicidal thoughts when someone you love, when someone you know, or when someone you're close to passes away. Because I feel like that's a different type of suicide. And I'm going to use the word suicide freely. Sorry if it's triggering for you, but I feel like suicide's not talked about. If you talk about having it, or if you say you have it, people are like, oh my god, this bee is so sad, she's freaking suicidal. Which, yeah, it is sad, but I feel like there's different reasons for being suicidal, and it's not always like the mainstream version of the emo kid being sad and this and that. I feel like sometimes the person you love just passes away. Your son, your mom, your aunt, your grandma, your dog, your pig, your whatever the blanket is, they pass away, and now you're thinking, I want to go with them. But the only way for you to go with them is suicide. So I kind of want to talk about that because I feel like that's where two different worlds clash, because you could have never been suicidal before. You could have been a happy camper, not a problem, not an issue, but then all of a sudden you lose someone close to you and you're freaking jolted. That's what I want to talk about. So I don't even know what that title would be. Let me think. What would that be? Staying alive when someone close to you dies, or staying alive for those who've passed. That's probably a good freaking title. I would click on that. That's what it is, guys. Staying alive for those who passed. So, how can I dive into this where it doesn't seem so extreme? You know what? I'm just going to give one of my own examples. But my mom passed away in 2017. And I wasn't really feeling suicidal, like, oh, I want to end my life and this and that. Because that seems so extreme when you read about it online, But when my mom died, I was thinking, I want to go with her. I don't know where that is. I don't know how to get there. But I want to go where she is, And I feel like that's a normal thought to have. My grandma Betty just passed away not too long ago. And I've been thinking about her kids, all my aunts, my uncles. And I think about their kids and their kids' kids. But I feel like some of them have to be really freaking sad. And I think about someone specific, but I don't want to say her name because, I don't want to put someone on blast, but I don't think she's suicidal, but I think she would probably want to go wherever her mom is. And honestly, personally, me, I don't see anything wrong with that, because I'm not saying go commit suicide because your freaking mom died. No, I'm saying the thought of it isn't wrong. You're not crazy for wanting to be wherever they are. You aren't crazy for missing them. You aren't crazy for feeling those strong thoughts. And I feel like people dying is just so normal nowadays. It happens all the time. People get used to it. But honestly, when you lose someone really close to you, when you lose someone who is there for you every day, when you lose someone who you just freaking loved, you know, with your heart, soul, with everything you freaking had, you might want to go with them. And like I said, I don't want to spread the message that freaking REZZED311 said, go freaking off yourself, because I'm not saying that. But I'm saying these thoughts are normal. At least I think they are. They're not crazy. If you lose someone and you start acting sad, duh, you know, no shit, it is sad. Or if you lose someone and you don't really feel like doing your everyday things, yeah, because your freaking life just changed. Hello, you know, like all these things that people say are bad or you're weak if you feel that way, they're all normal. You're freaking learning to adjust with your new life where this person who you love isn't in it. Like, no shit, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very freaking hard. But hopefully you're able to get through it. Because even if you never had mental health problems before, you probably do now. Because there is no person on this freaking earth, unless you're psychotic, that feels completely nothing when someone close to them dies. You could feel the emotions right away. You could feel the emotions a year after, a month after. However long it takes you to process, you're still going to feel those strong emotions. And they might cause anxiety. They might cause depression. They might cause suicidal thoughts, maybe even tendencies. But remember, you're learning to adjust to a new life. You're learning to love this person who's no longer even here. You're learning to love something that's not even there. That's what it feels like. Physically, you feel like you have a ghost you're talking to sometimes, you know? So, oh my goodness, let me check on my son real quick. Hey, are you alright? Are you okay? Hold on, he just wanted his bottle. I usually try not to let him watch too much TV. I've been trying to stop. But boy, the way he was screaming, I was like, you know what? Turn the fucking TV on. Turn it on. Turn it up. Because I need a little break. Anyways. The whole losing someone, causing depression, suicide, this, that. It's all normal, okay? You're not wrong for feeling that way. You're not crazy for feeling that way. So don't think that. What we do have to focus on is learning to cope with it, learning to live with it, learning to get past it, learning to get through it. Notice how I didn't say get over it, because guess what? Losing someone you love, you're not going to get over it ever. That's just what it is. But what we can do is we can do things to help us along the way. So if you've lost someone and you're having trouble coping, talk about the person. Don't let the memory die. Don't let them slip away. Don't let them vanish. Don't do all that, because you're not helping yourself. You might be thinking, if I don't talk about it, I don't think about it, and I don't feel it. Sure, that might work in the moment, but is that going to work at 3 a.m. when you're crying? No, it's not. So look at their pictures, talk about them, play their videos, write down all the fun memories you have with them before you forget. Do something, because it's going to help you. It might not help you in the moment, or even if you do that and you start crying, you start breaking down, you punch a wall, who cares? Keep doing it, because you need to learn to adjust with this new lifestyle that you have. Another thing you could do is go to the graveyard. Go clean their grave. Go have a beer with them if you're 21 and up. Go chit chat, go gossip, go tell them the res drama, go tell them who's pregnant, tell them who just got arrested. Go to their grave, or even talk to them wherever you are, in the car. I don't know if you want to do it in the shower, but keep talking to them. Do not let your connection to them die, because someone can die physically, but they are still here emotionally. Physically, they're not, but emotionally they are. You feel their energy, you feel their presence, you feel their soul, you feel their love. You can still feel it if you want to feel it, if you're open enough to feel it. It's going to be different. It's going to be a complete 180, not what you're used to, but they're still going to be there. So don't forget to talk about them. Don't forget to go to their grave. Bring them some flowers, Send their mom that funny picture, Do something. Don't just freaking let their memory die with them, because, don't do that to them. If you love them, carry their legacy on. Do something to honor them. Whether it's, checking in on their family, doing stuff that they would love to do. You can do little things for them. If you guys planned on going to Disneyland before they died, take that trip for them and take it for you, because you guys were supposed to go. So go do it for them, If you always wanted to go to Hawaii, but then your aunt passed away and now the family's in shambles, this and that, still go for them. Go have a freaking good time for them. You got to think of it this way. If you yourself passed away or suddenly died, would you want your loved ones to be in bed crying, depressed, fucking hiding in the dark in the corner? No. Would you want them suicidal, about to jump off a freaking cliff? No, you wouldn't. So remember that the person who passed away, they don't want that for you either. And you might be thinking, dang, this bitch is better than Dr. Phil. It's because I am. But it's also a lot easier said than done. And even when I get off these podcasts and I stop talking into the mic, I go back and I listen to my own fucking podcast, because I need to remind myself to do the same things. So I hope that whoever's listening doesn't think that I'm just a fucking know-it-all, because even though I can be that sometimes, I'm freaking learning just like you guys. I'm learning with you guys in real time as we speak. Helping you is helping me process my own emotions. And like I said, I go back and I watch all of these. Whew. God dang, I was on a good one right now. But I feel like depression and suicide and this and that, people don't talk about it. Or maybe your family didn't talk about it. Maybe your fucking grandparents are old-fashioned. They don't believe in that stuff. But it's real, and just try to deal with it in the right ways. If you feel yourself getting the freaking blues, just know that drinking it away is not going to help. You're just going to be a drunk. Smoking it away ain't gonna help. You're just gonna be high. Popping pills to fucking numb it is just gonna make you a pill popper, because at the end of the day, no matter what substance you're on, you're still gonna have to learn to cope with these new feelings and emotions you have. So learn your signs, learn your triggers. If you see your cousin maybe going through that, be like, hey bitch, like, are you alright? If you see one of your bros or one of your cousins, one of the dudes, be like, hey man, what's going on? You're not a fucking simp for worrying about your people. Don't think that, you're being too caring or too loving. Sometimes in households, you're not affectionate, so you don't really know how to go about that. But just even telling someone like, hey man, what's going on? I'm only saying this because I care for you, but are you all right? Things like that. And I mean, it might be awkward because I've had multiple people, different people, tell me when they were depressed or when they were maybe suicidal, and it's easy to not worry about it. It's easy to not say anything. But I always try to get my point across, hey, I love you and I care for you. If you need someone, I'm here. And it gets deep sometimes. And if you're a guy, maybe you don't know how to say that to one of your other fucking bros. But so what? Learn it, because you rather say it now than at their funeral, right? Exactly. So check on your people. Check on your grandmas. Grandmas are very strong. They might seem like they have it all together, but grandmas, they're just like us. They cry, they get sad, they mourn. Sometimes they don't know what to do, but we think that they have it all figured out. When in reality, they're learning like how we are. They're just a little bit older. Check on everyone. Don't think that this person's okay or that person's okay just because, actually make sure they're okay. Because like I said, you rather tell them now than tell them at their funeral when they're freaking 6 feet under. And I know that seems harsh, but life is harsh. Reality is harsh. So check on yourself and check on your loved ones. Know that you're not alone. Don't let someone else feel alone. And just remember, it's just about getting through the day sometimes. That's all. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about next week. Don't worry about them not being there at your wedding or your high school graduation. Don't think about that. Just get through the day. That's it. Do what you gotta do. Go for a run. Go be Bob Ross. Go paint a picture. Go paint a tribal picture and sell it for $20 online. Doesn't matter what you do. Go find something. Go find a hobby. Go find a friend. And just get through the day. All right? Just get through the day. That's all I'm saying. I know this got really deep, really fast. But growing up, no one I knew ever talked about this. And people don't really talk about it. Maybe they don't know how. But that's what I'm here for. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about the harsh stuff, the weird stuff, all of it. Because all the bad comes with the good. All the good comes with the bad. It all ties together. Anyways, I got to go. I got to take care of my kid. And I got to go get through the day. So I will talk to you guys later.